Well, it feels good to be out of the bedroom. I've made videos for years and none of them involved me sitting in a room somewhere just talking to the camera. Used to do all kinds of road trip videos, my skateboard videos. I was always out somewhere doing something. So this is really kind of what I wanted to do, was to be out in the world. And sorry about the garbage truck noise in the background, but that is part of the risk when you're out here in the wild making videos. And beautiful spring day today here at the end of March. Finally getting a little glimmer of hope with good weather. And just taking these two little fur pals for a walk in between my shift at the gym today. And that's coming along. What I want to talk about today, so I watched a podcast, came up in my YouTube feed, a podcast I'd never seen before, but the topic was interesting on why everyone's having less sex. And they had on this researcher and specialist, I think she was like a psychologist, sociologist, and just kind of going through the data that they've been collecting for a few years now on the fact that everyone around the world, all countries, all ages, from teenagers to retirees across the entire country, or entire globe, I should say, everyone's just having less sex. And since my separation, I'm definitely having less sex, like zero sex in a long time. And it doesn't bother me. Now, my sex drive had waned down a little bit over the last year. I mean, I still have a sex drive, right? I still have one. It became less prevalent. Like, I don't walk around staring at women. Not that came out wrong. But I don't like see a gorgeous woman and just think, oh my goodness, I would love to get into bed with her. I just don't think that anymore. Like, I'll see a beautiful woman and just kind of go like, she's attractive. And then that's it. And there's a clear-headedness about that I really enjoy. Like the fact that, like, for so many years when the testosterone was just pumping through my body, you think about sex all the time. As a young man, sex is on your mind all the time. Getting a partner is on your mind all the time. And there's just a freedom, in a way, of not constantly thinking about that, like not caring about it. Just being out in public and just like, whatever, man, just not checking out women or anything. So there's a freedom in that. But I was surprised to sort of hear that it's everyone. It's all over the world. And they went into a variety of reasons. How social media has separated us all. How actually one of the things they talked about was how women are earning a lot more money now. And because they're getting educated and putting in the work to get better paying jobs, that there's a smaller pool of men for them to choose from, because they're not going to choose uneducated men. And I get that. Like, if you put your time in to go to university and now as a woman you're making great money and you've built a career, probably maybe don't want to date some blue collar guy. Like, maybe that seems like a step back after all the work you put in. So that's one problem. Another problem they mentioned was the top male earners now have way more women to choose from, because, as we just talked about, the women aren't dating down. So now those men are just kind of like using these women, because there's just so many for them to choose from. So a lot of these women are just having bad experiences. The whole manosphere thing, where, male chauvinism has sort of been on the rise. That's a problem. But like, even in teenagers, and one of the things they mentioned in teenagers is, like, I can't remember what the figure was. We'll call it like 70 or 80% of Gen Z and millennials report having anxiety. And if you have a lot of anxiety, having sex is probably not on your radar, if that makes sense. So that's another problem. A huge percentage of young people in a survey said they would prioritize a good night's sleep over sex, and I would say I would agree with that. I would certainly prioritize a good night's sleep over sex. But this really brought me to the point of this video, and the point is, what is the point? What's the point of a relationship? I get it, like companionship, there's so many things, okay? But for me, the initial drive to get a partner has always been physical, sexual. I'm attracted to a woman, I see her, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, I'm overwhelmed. I want to go talk to her. I want to meet her. I want to, be intimate. And without that, like, without sex, there's friendships, and you can have a lot of close, meaningful relationships in your lives, or in your life, sorry, that don't involve sex. And I have a close female friend, and great, I can talk to her, and I get female sort of companionship. And even though my wife and I are separated, we still live together, and she's still my best friend. So I have like female companionship in my life. But without the desire, to sleep with someone, what's the point? And I'm fine on my own. I'm actually happy, content being single, so to speak, even though I'm not really single, right? I am married, but we're separated, so it is what it is. And what would be the point? What would be the point of getting in a relationship? But the thing that broke me the most about my marriage falling apart, like the number one thing that really broke me, was that I waited until I was 38 years old to get married, because I wanted to marry the right person. I wanted to get married one time and stay with that person and grow old with that person and all of the things you expect from a marriage. And after 13 years, when my marriage fell apart, I realized that no relationship is guaranteed. And in fact, we were so cocky in the beginning. We were so sure of our relationship and that we had it right and we were better than everybody else and we were going to last when everybody else failed. And we both genuinely felt that for many years of our marriage, many great years. And then it all changed. So the problem is now, even if I met somebody and I was 100% sure that we would be together, I wouldn't be 100% sure, if that makes sense. Because now I realize, even if you feel that way, it doesn't mean anything, because the feelings could change. And after being with the person I felt was the best fit for me of all the people I had ever met and dated in my entire life, and the person I loved more deeply than anyone else, and for that to fall apart, I just have zero confidence, negative a million confidence that a marriage or relationship would ever last. I just don't believe that that's a possibility. And once you don't believe that a relationship will last, a relationship kind of just seems pointless. Like, I don't really care about meeting someone to just go and do stuff and have fun with. Like, fine, but that's a friend. I don't want to take it to the intimate level anymore, because that comes with a lot of drama and a lot of potential problems, and then potentially the worst problem of all, heartbreak in the future. And I don't want to go through this again. Anyway, that's all. That's my 2 cents on relationships and why even bother anymore. And in a way, it's comforting to hear that a lot of people in this world feel this way right now. And maybe that's just a symptom of how our society is just going down the wrong path in general. So anyway, on that high note, that friendly, happy high note, we'll end it there for today. And at least I was outside. Well, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video. Truck got to come by and ruin the ender. Oh well, what are you going to do? See you later.